Good morning and welcome to Money Wisdom, sponsored by Johnson Brunetti. I'm Jillian Andrews. We're teaching you smart ways to manage your money, and joining us now with expert advice is Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner and senior partner at Johnson Brunetti. Thanks for being here, Eric.
Great to be here, Jillian.
All right, so today we're discussing the impact inflation has on retirement savings. To begin, consumer price inflation slowed in 2023 to between 3 and 4%. How did this impact savings?
What everything's going to cost, you know, you go to the grocery store, that's the one that, well, grocery store and gas it seems those prices never go down, are always going up, but how fast are they going up? And then how much are you getting paid at work? Are you getting raises? Are you not getting raises? So if you continue to make the same amount of money with no raise, everything gets more expensive. You're losing money. So that's inflation, and you need a plan to grow the money that you're saving, that I hope you're saving.
Yeah, absolutely. And next, it's possible that the Federal Reserve may not make the cuts originally anticipated for this year.
So there's a lot going around this, but it comes to, if you need to borrow money, how much are you paying for that money? You know, a lot of us think of a car loan or a mortgage. How much is that going to cost? The cost of homeownership right now, based on increased rates, increased pricing, is like twice the monthly expense it was several years ago. So it has a huge impact on how you're going to live, and can you afford these things?
Okay, and our third bullet here is that people need to factor in potential inflation rates to their retirement plans.
You need to make sure your money is growing. It's exciting in a moment when you can put money in the bank and make 5% versus nothing. But hopefully you're retired for a really long time, and if you're saving for retirement, you have to make sure that your money is growing. If you're just putting it in a bank account, it is not growing enough. So be mindful of money that you need now, but also money you're going to need in the future. It needs to be growing.
And you say another strategy for people is to consider investing in assets that have historically performed well during periods of high inflation.
So this is not a recommendation, but something like gold, right? People bring it up a lot because that's a traditional hedge against inflation, or real estate. You know, things so you're not so reliant on one type of investment vehicle. And that goes across retirement, investment plan in any phase of life or any inflationary period. Is you can't rely on one thing, whatever it is. But there are things out there that tend to do well when inflation is not doing well, when it's going up and up.
Yeah, you want to have lots of different options, things that you will get at least some sort of return on.
Yes.
Okay, and then lastly is to regularly review and adjust your retirement plan to account for changes in inflation.
Things change. Things are going to change. So you need to be reviewing this stuff and not necessarily making drastic changes. Maybe not making any changes, but you can't be blind to it, or you're going to look back on it someday and say, geez, I really missed out on this, and I could have just done this. I'd be in a much better position, but you neglected it. And that's why a lot of people will reach out and work with partners on this, just like going to see your doctor, going to see your dentist, getting your car fixed. If you wait too long on this stuff, you're dealing with a disaster that you could have avoided altogether.
Absolutely, and inflation is always a topic people are interested in. You have a book offer for our viewers.
It's very exciting. It's called Inflation in Your Retirement, and it's things that you should be thinking about, because you know, the best retirement plan is designed before you retire. You know, when you've got control over this stuff, not, I lost my job, I'm 65, I wasn't going to retire yet, what am I supposed to do? So you can go to moneywisdomtv.com. It's free, inflation and retirement, and it's not just inflation, it's growing your money. It's things you should be thinking about. It's a good thing to prepare, and I'd start looking at it when you're 55. Unless you're going to retire earlier than that, look at it earlier. So moneywisdomtv.com. You know, learn about this stuff when you can make a lot of change and put yourself in a much better situation as a result.
Eric, as always, thanks so much for being here. One more time, that is moneywisdomtv.com. For Connecticut's Morning Buzz, I'm Jillian Andrews. We'll see you next time.